If you're watching this, you're either like me being disgusted yet curious on what this anime holds, or you're just a sick freak who actually likes this show. The show follows two siblings who aren't really close, Kyosuke and his little sister Kirino. I'd be lying if I said I watched this whole anime. I instead watched and read every review and recap on the internet and begrudgingly watched the first few and last few episodes of the show. I've seen a lot of people say how they love the show because of the characters, but the sister just seems like an annoying little kid. Or they like it since it's an accurate representation on otaku life. And again, I don't know what side of YouTube this video got pushed to, but I'm not a big fan of being sexually aroused by drawings, nonetheless ones who are children. And I don't care how good the plot or characters are, which they don't even seem really special to me. With that out of the way, for those who haven't seen the show, I'll explain this monstrosity to you. So like I said, the siblings don't have the best relationship. Kyosuke is always jealous of his sister and her achievements, and the sister basically just ignores her brother's existence. Until one day Kyosuke finds an explicit anime game about little sisters. Realizing it's his little sister's game, she confesses to being obsessed with anime. She even starts to wake Kyosuke up to play the sister game with her. And like I've been saying, the show is weird. It's obviously trying to cater to those who have fantasies about their siblings. I mean, come on, do you really have to have her wake them up like this? Whenever you ever had someone wake you up by getting on top of you? But the first season really isn't that bad, in the sense of incest that is. The first season consists of Kirino and her struggles on being an otaku. Kirino is actually a model, so if it was to come out she's an otaku, it wouldn't look good. And that's exactly what happens. Her best friend Aise finds out and stops being friends with her. You could say this is cruel, but if my friend was playing video games about having relations with their siblings, I'd be a little freaked out too. She makes a new group of friends who also like anime. There's a few of them, but I'm only going to be talking about Kaneko during this video. After a while, Aise actually becomes friends with Kirino again, just to keep her away from her pervy brother. A bunch of other unimportant things happen that I can't bring myself to think or talk about. In the little sister game Kirino plays, she pretty much acts like one of the sisters who's just an asshole to her brother, but she starts to speak more with the other sister who's more affectionate, which makes Kirino feel better when playing the game. Realizing this, she starts to act more like the other sister to please her brother. Kyosuke finds this weird but brushes it off. Then Kirino goes off to America without telling him. He's happy for her but feels lonely. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, you should not be like getting this depressed over your sibling leaving. I know it's sad, but you know, it seems a little weird, I ain't gonna lie to you, buddy. But Kaneko is trying to fill this void by hanging around him, calling him senpai and such. He seems to like it since no younger girl has ever called him that before. I know senpai isn't a sexual word, but Kyosuke gets off on little girls too much. Man, it's disgusting. The fanbase actually wants Kaneko and Kyosuke to end up together so bad it's insane. Like, I'll be honest, her personality is better than Kirino's, but they're both children. Online, it says they're about 3 years apart, which isn't a crazy age gap in most cases, but when it's a 14-year-old and a 17-year-old, it is. I know it's different in Japan, but think about it like this. I'm 18 right now. I don't have anything in common with a 15-year-old other than maybe playing Fortnite. Kirino sends a cryptic message from the US basically saying she's not going to talk to anyone until she wins a match. Kyosuke, yearning for his little sister, offers to go and talk to her in the US. When getting there, he plays the game with his sister and convinces her to come back home. She agrees but wants to win a match before she goes, which she does. And that's the end of season 1. I mean, really wasn't that bad, incest wise that is. I honestly think this show is a 2-pack of ass.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass.
In season 2, Kyosuke and Kirino's relationship gets a little more, you know, incesty. Aside from all the boring anime porn stuff, Kyosuke basically has a harem of schoolgirls wanting to date him, but he can't keep his eyes off his sister, I guess. The first incident of their love? I don't know, man. This is getting weird to talk about. I don't like this. Kirino asks Kyosuke to pretend to be her boyfriend for some modeling meeting. They go around town linking arms and people they know see them. Instead of explaining that they're pretending, Kirino wants to keep it a secret and continues to do couple things. Like they take a picture with a heart around it for literally no reason at all. After the date with his sister, she complains on how bad it went and says she's gonna call her real boyfriend next time. She claims to Kyosuke she's dating some famous otaku guy, bragging about it to Kyosuke and her friends, saying that they're starting to kiss now, which was actually a way to make her brother jealous. It turns out the guy was just sent to seduce Kirino to join their agency. Remember when your mom would say don't play video games because they would influence you in the real world? Well, I think it's actually true, because there's no way she's trying to make her brother jealous. She faked having a boyfriend for it. After that, out of random, Kaneko confesses her love to Kyosuke and asks him to become her boyfriend. He takes a little while to answer, but after a few days, ultimately says yes. I guess he can't date his underage sister. Her underage friend will have to do. When Kirino finds out, she seems to be shocked, obviously feeling a type of way, but acting nonchalant because she doesn't want to let her lustful feelings out for her brother. Kyosuke and Kuroneko are chilling at her house when she goes to shower. Kyosuke is thinking about peeping on her. Now, if anybody in the comments wants to defend this age gap, be my guest. But I'm just saying, Japan raised their age of consent from 13 to 16, so give it a few months and Kyosuke is going to jail. Kuroneko suddenly moves cities, and when Kirino and Kyosuke finds her, she admits she went out with him to make Kirino realize she didn't like the idea of her dating her brother. Bro, they added some Death Note weird strategies for no reason. Kirino admits that she doesn't want her brother to have a girlfriend because she doesn't want him having anyone more important than her. This would be acceptable if she was 5 years old. But at these ages, it's freaking creepy. Some other unimportant and random things happen, like Kyosuke getting kicked out because the parents think the two are messing around with each other, and the only way he can come back is if he does well in school. More importantly though, Aise confessing her love to Kyosuke, but him rejecting her. And even more importantly, we get a flashback from when Kirino was younger and how she admired her brother, but when he started hanging out with his best friend, that made her jealous, starting to become the perfect person so he would notice her. Oh, and after this, Kyosuke breaks up with Kuroneko. He takes Kirino out to buy some more anime sister porn. While out, Kirino talks about going back to the US, and then Kyosuke confesses her love to her.
Kirino! どこにも行くな! 俺と結婚してくれ!
Bro, please tell me who watches this for enjoyment. You're one nasty ass bastard if you do. After that, they spend the night in a hotel where they kiss and keep playing the brother-sister porn game. But I'm not gonna lie guys, it gets worse. Brody is a sexual predator. He wakes up next to his sister and she's still sleeping. He takes the opportunity to touch her breasts. And out of everything I've watched or read, no one seems to have a problem with this. I've never seen nobody talk about it. The only reason people don't like Kyosuke is because they say he chose the wrong girl. They don't even care that he chose his sister. They just wanted him to end up with Kuroneko. The show ends with a fake marriage ceremony, but they made an agreement to break up once Kyosuke graduates. So basically this show is about a freak who rejected a whole harem of women, most being little girls I might add, but still, he chose his sister over all of them. Look what RizSlayer554 said. This anime might have been wrong for me. I understood the feelings for the main character and his sister, but my guy has to be locked in a jail cell. Hope season 2 comes and they actually marry. Kyosuke, you nasty. Kirino, you nasty. Creator of the show, you nasty. Kevin Gates, you're nasty. And anyone else who enjoyed this show, you're nasty. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video for the right reasons and not because you lust after your sibling. I'm gonna go detox my brain after this. Catch y'all later.